I have a sincere question for the Torah keepers.
Hi. So basically you want to know what's wrong with using the name Jesus because you're saying that's his name in English, right? So let me ask you a question. What are the two most important names, like ever? I'm sure you would agree it's the name of the Father and the name of his Son. No one else's names truly matter and will be given a new name anyway. And let me say this, I came to the Father through that name. It was the only name I knew. It was in that name that my journey began. Let's go to Matthew 2:21. And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name. Now it said there, I marked it out a long time ago, Jesus, for he shall save his people from their sins. Now what sense would that make, using that name? And that's not what the Father said. The translators changed the names in the Bible. They took out the original true names and put in other names. Well, they had no right to do that. And when did that happen? That's just another one of Satan's deceptions. So the name Yahshua means Yahuwah is salvation. There's meaning to that name, and that name would make sense for this verse. Why would and you shall call his name Yahshua, for he shall save his people from their sins. Get it? The salvation part? So if his own father said his name is Yahshua, then why would we change it to Jesus? No one had the right to do that. Then you have people that say, well, in Greek, that his name was Iosus. Well, that's a little bit too close to this name right here, which, who was this? This was a Greek deity. And so I'm just not comfortable using that name. I'm not going to say that's where that name originated from, but it's a little bit too close for comfort for me to use. And the Bible says to make no mention of the names of other deities. And here's the reason I don't want to use G-O-D, which even L-O-R-D means B-A-A-L. Jeremiah 23:27, their fathers have forgotten my name for B-A-A-L. So L-O-R-D, that's why I don't use that one. So probably none of us have the pronunciation exactly right. The Jews thought the name too holy to speak, but the Father said his name was to be known throughout all the earth. So they were wrong for saying that and hiding the name. So now that we know the name, once we know better, we should do better. Why would we hang on to that name once we know it's not the name that the Father gave for his Son? Hope that helps.